Hello, my name is Craig Johnson and I am the module leader for Responsible AI Ethics, Law and Governance, and I'm looking forward to working with you over the next semester. This is the module syllabus that we will be following. First of all, an introduction to ethics of AI. What is AI and what are the ethical AI related challenges currently and in the next decade? We'll be talking about fundamental concepts of AI cybersecurity, which are identity, confidentiality, privacy, anonymity, and integrity. We'll be going through various ethical frameworks, such as virtue ethics, consequentialism, utilitarianism, and deontology. We're talking about ethics and the alignment problem. We'll be going through algorithmic bias, the accuracy and fairness trade-off. We'll be talking about accountability in terms of moral responsibility and the law, which then leads us on to legal frameworks such as the GDPR. And we'll be talking about ownership and governance. And finally, the last element of the syllabus is talking about the future of AI. So this is how we break it down into our weekly plan. Week 1 will be, curiously enough, an introduction to AI. What is AI? What does it do? How does it work? Then we roll it back a little bit because we need to start thinking about what is technology in the broadest sense. Then when we've done that, we go on to digital technology, which is concerned with digitization, general purpose technologies, and also working with robots. Week 4, we don't have any lectures and tutorials because it is Career Booster weekend. Week 5 then is concerned with data, big data and data science and the behavioral economics and bias behind these. We'll be continuing on then to what's known as functional AI, which is in areas such as finance, marketing and supply chain, and also talking about systems thinking, which is fundamental to the way in which we need to think about systems thinking with relation to artificial intelligence. Week 7 we'll then be talking about machine learning and deep learning and going through the trolley problem. We'll be continuing then on to big tech, leadership and corporate culture. We'll lead on then to the downside of AI, or the dark side if you like, in terms of data weaponization. We'll continue on then to the AI profession, and we will conclude with the legal perspective. I'll now go through some of the core texts with you. There are some core reading that's associated with these particular weeks. The first one, the most important one, is by Paula Boddington, and that's called Towards a Code of Ethics for Artificial Intelligence. And I've laid out the names of the chapters there, and we'll be using certain sections of Paula Boddington's book for the background reading that you need to do as part of your weekly tests. I'm coming on to those in a second, so don't panic about that. The second core text, which is available digitally online, is by Jacob Turner, and it's called Robot Rules. And again, I've outlined some of the chapters, and we'll be taking a dip into some of these chapters as part of your required reading that you need to do every week because it's part of the weekly tests. And the third and final one is called Artificial Intelligence, Evolution, Ethics and Public Policy, and that's by Sarangi and Sharma. And again, I have broken this down into the relevant chapter areas. As an additional reading, we have a book by Cathy O'Neill, and this is talking about weapons of mass destruction. And if you get an opportunity, do have a look at those. Assessment, and that's an important part of what we're doing. We need to keep focused on that. There are 9 weekly online tests. Now, these are what's known as formative assessment, which means it is feedback that will help you develop and give you the assurance that you're going in the right direction for your preparation. These do not count towards the final examination. The final examination, which a lot of the questions will be taken out from the 9 weekly tests of formative assessment, will be a 2-hour online examination. and that will take place in January. In fact, the date is given for you on Canvas. Now, just to emphasize that the weekly tests do not count as part of your final mark. You will receive a mark for it, but it won't go towards your final mark. Also, what you need to bear in mind is there are 10 questions on each of the weekly tests, but you can only do one weekly test. So for week 1, you can only do it once. Week 2, you can only do it once. Week 3, you can only do it once, and so on and so forth. But the idea is that you get used to the way the assessment works, and it is exam preparation. I would highly recommend, which means please do it, I would highly recommend that you keep up to date with all your reading throughout the semester and do not leave it until the last minute. For this particular module, you need to keep up to your work on a weekly basis. So try not to do what many students do, which is what the economists call discount time, which means that you delay, procrastinate, and then try and make up time in the last few weeks. If you try and do that, you'll have far too much to do. So please keep up with your weekly tests. Naturally, as you would expect, I have a report of everyone who's taken, and indeed a copy of the tests that you've undertaken as well. So thank you for watching this short video on responsible AI ethics, law and governance, and I really look forward to working with you over the next number of weeks towards Christmas that will take part for semester 1. Finally, welcome to Bradford.